Hello, hockey, basketball, and soccer fans. My name is David. I thought I would start this video at 12:40 on the afternoon of Thursday, 28th of November, North American Eastern Standard Time. Watched a lot of games. Some of them I didn't watch among Canada's NBA, NBA G League, and NHL teams. So what I'm gonna do is go through the first game that I watched. That I don't know that ended. Well, the Raptors G League affiliate Raptors905 having narrowly lost a home game to the Maine Celtics, the Boston Celtics G League affiliate, 131-114. There were some wild swings in that game, and put up a whole bunch of short videos on that. Also watched a little bit of the Raptors, and a very big win, 119-93, away from home against New Orleans Pelicans. Who would have thought the Raptors would win a road game relatively soon? I mean, it's late November, but still, my expectations going into that game have been relatively low because the Raptors had not, since last preseason, won an away game. That said, I still predict the Raptors will finish somewhere in the bottom five of the Eastern Conference and thus not qualify for play-in action. So now I'm going to go through various NHL scores and that feature Canadian NHL teams in action. Please note that due to American Thanksgiving, there will be not one NHL team in action. It's kind of unusual, but still, go through those that feature Canadian NHL teams. Flames lost narrowly in OT to the Wings. The Habs beat the Blue Jackets in OT, but the other Canadian NHL teams end up losing their games. Let's see here. The Jets 4-1 losers to the LA Kings. The Leafs 5-1 losers to the Florida Panthers. With in that game in South Florida, only Mitch Marner having scored or even put up a point. I don't know what line shakeups are going to be, but if I were Craig Berube, I'd be shaking up those lines radically because, oh boy, when a team scores only this many goals, there have to be some major moves, major shakeups, so that to send a message, not just send a message, but also get back to winning, because beating playoff caliber teams are what these Canadian NHL teams have to do if they're going to have success in the postseason, and even to get up, even to maintain position in the standings. That didn't happen, so yeah, it's the Winnipeg Jets. They ended up losing, bigly in regulation, but maybe they'll get back to business in the next game, whenever that is. I don't really know. But I'm going to concentrate on a lot of it on the Vancouver Canucks. Yet another game during which main backup goalie Artur Silovs, who the Canucks drafted, somewhere late in 2010, so I believe, gave up multiple ugly goals. And I count this many against the Penguins. The first Penguins goal and the last three. Oh boy, it's just I know some say there should be an arty party, whatever there had been in the past. Well, the bottom line is the Canucks away record for this regular season dropped from 8-1-0-0 on wins and regulation OT and shootout losses to 8-2-0-0. Thinking, that's not so bad. It wouldn't be so bad if the Canucks hadn't struggled at home. And back-to-backs, I'm just going to take a look at the schedule here at how well or not the Canucks have done in games that have been in sets of those that have taken place on consecutive calendar days, Pacific time. 11, 15, 17, 19, 22, 26, 28, 30, 2, 5, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16. All right, so the Canucks have played this regular season 2 sets of games that have involved games played on consecutive calendar days Eastern Time. So, the first set was at home against the last weekend against the Blackhawks, which Silovs shut the door, allowed just one goal in a 4-1 win. Whereas Lankinen against one of his former teams didn't do as effective a job. 5-3 loss to the Preds. And then we have a set of games. 2-0 win over the Bruins at TD Garden, and then against the Penguins at PPG Paints Arena. A 5-4 loss in regulation. Silovs, once again, having not done a very effective job. So yeah, there's no doubt there was a lot of scoring of goals. But Silovs had needed to be better and wasn't. What I'm just going to do here is that the first period was pretty much what defined the game. One goal by Atu Ratu, assisted by Max Sasson. 8:52 in to tie that game up. But late in the first, the goals came, well, within a time span of just under 5 minutes, starting at the 12:53 mark with a goal by Ricard Raquel from Brian Rust and Marcus Pettersson. And a couple of others. And, Brian Rust assisted on one goal and scored at least two. By the 3:40 mark of the second period, the Canucks have been behind 5-1. Yes, it was all Canucks from there, but it was not really much. It was just case too little too late. P.S. Suter, 13:40 into the second period from Quinn Hughes and Philip Hronek. Quinn Hughes himself at the 40 seconds into the third period from Elias Pettersson. Pettersson himself, 18:14 into the third period from Connor Garland and Quinn Hughes. Yes. But defense defense left a lot to be desired. Indeed, on the penalty kill, the Canucks allowed one goal from Kevin Hayes. And although the Canucks didn't score on their own power play, certainly they generated lots of offense outside of power plays, which was the opposite to how the Leafs lost their own game. They generated one goal, which was on a power play, and no goals scored at any other time of the game. So I'd much rather have a team that generates offense that's even strength, rather than on the power play if there are goals scored. The Canucks came close, but Arthur Silovs, there's a serious question mark already. There's a clip on the Halford and Brough show on Thursday Pacific time edition. Sportsnet 650 Radio, Vancouver. And then after the game, there was a post-game show, Canucks Central, co-hosted by Sat Shah and Bick Nazar, about Silovs' struggles in net. Yep, you heard that right. It's just let's go with the box score here. I know I have a medical appointment coming up, so I don't know how much time I'll have to actually put links in before that appointment is over, but afterwards, I certainly plan to do so. Links to those clips and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to the regular season for Arthur Silovs, ESPN game stats. So what I'm going to do is in regular season play, I count a decent stint on the 9th of November Pacific time. He played just under 9 minutes in relief of Kevin Lankinen, having stopped all 4 shots he had faced. And then the following weekend against the Blackhawks, also at home, yes, that 9th of November Pacific time, Canucks end up losing a home game to the Oilers. The following weekend would be way different. Silovs, having played a complete game, having stopped 28 of 29 shots, en route to a 4-1 win over the Blackhawks. So yeah, things looking good, looking a lot better than they had during any of Silovs' October starts. Hold on a minute here. So last week on Tuesday Pacific time against the New York Rangers at home, 4-3 loss in regulation. Oh, he allowed, how many goals did Silovs allow? Yeah, 4 goals, including at least a couple of ugly ones. And then against the Penguins, 4 goals. Is Arthur Silovs unplayable? I look at the evidence and say, yeah. I mean, Canucks fans and followers, are you confident Silovs can put in a rather competent effort? I don't blame you if you're not. After all, Silovs has started 6 games and otherwise played in a 7th. And only that stint of just under 9 minutes against the Oilers, and and then 2 weekends ago against the Blackhawks, has Silovs even been remotely competent? I mean, does that mean that Silovs won't have a decent NHL career? Well, I don't want to count that out, but the evidence is clear. Silovs needs more time in the minors, and there's no better time to send him down to the Abbotsford Canucks than this week. The Canucks have a back-to-back in mid-December. They play on the road against the Utah Hockey Club, the former Arizona Coyotes, and then the Golden Knights. Will Thatcher Demko return? We'll have to wait and see, because Demko's injury stint started last April after the first game of the Preds Canucks playoff series and has continued ever since. Well, what can you do? It's just the depth of the goaltending just doesn't seem to be there. Lankinen, good ad. Problem is, Silovs has not worked out. So as I wind down this video, if you like the video, I do encourage you to consider liking and subscribing for more content about hockey, basketball, and soccer games played by Canadian teams. Well, soccer to a much lesser extent than hockey or basketball. But again, just to recap, this video is a lot have to do with the back part of it is on the goaltending situation for the Canucks. Defense has left a lot to be desired as well. I mean, it's not just goaltending, but still, there are those games when a goalie has to stand on his head. And it's what Linus Ullmark did over at the SAP Center in San Jose against the local Shark squad. Until the dam finally burst, and the Sharks would end up tying that game. Just going to look that up quickly. I know the Sens ended up winning that game. It was a very close one at 4-3 in regulation. I'm just going to try that. Just going to try to go to the box score. So I do apologize for technical difficulties. Sometimes these pages are slow to load. Alright, so we have... Yeah, it's definitely the Sens were outshot. Oh yeah, Linus Ullmark stopped 36 of 39 shots. Relatively good at 92.3 save percentage. And while against Mackenzie Blackwood, the Sens scored 4 goals on just 11 shots. So yeah, there are times when a team needs a goalie to stand on his head. That's what the Sens got from Ullmark, but what the Canucks did not get from Silovs. So Sens walked out of the SAP Center with a win and have a couple more games left in California to play before they can cross California off away games until at least before the 2025 Stanley Cup Final. But given where the Sens are in the standings and where the California teams, and the lack of playoff success of the California teams for quite some time, I'm not going to. I would say that a Stanley Cup final between the Sens and any of those three teams based in California is unlikely. Anyway, I'm going to also wrap it up. So yeah, so if you do like more, if you do want more timely notifications of videos that I put out, I do invite you to click that notification bell. I do try to put out videos, whether short or long ones, multiple times a week. On that note, I'm going to say I'm going to wrap this up and hope everyone has a good afternoon on this Thursday Eastern Time. It's as of the round winding down this video. It is close to close to 1 in the afternoon where I am in Toronto, in southern Ontario, Canada, and out on the Pacific time zone, it's almost 10 in the morning.